So this is a ST170 brake upgrade. It consists of a new caliper and a new disc going on and new brake hose. So this is the same on pretty much most Escorts, mk5, 6s, and it's a really good upgrade because these are absolutely shockingly rubbish even on anything about a 1.4. Right, so what we're going to do, take the caliper off first, take the disc off, get that out of the way, and then we're going to the next part. Right, so with that off, we don't need to do anything with this is all fine. But what we do need to do is drill out these. The ST170 uses a larger bolt through there, and you need to drill these out. So you need to get hold of a 12mm drill bit. Get hold of a 12mm, and we're going to drill these out here. So with that drilled out, you're now ready to fit your disc and your caliper. Leave that caliper fitted for now, because you end up having brake fluid going everywhere. So as I said, the ST170 uses larger bolts and they fit from the back into your caliper. You don't need any spacers, just make sure it's nice and straight. Drill a hole through your hub there and you'll be good to go. So there's your 300mm discs, and there's your ST170 caliper. You can buy these on eBay, they do pop up now and then, 50-60 quid to get you a set, and we'll spray them up. You can buy all these new bleed nipples on there, no problem, and I'm using the Hell brake lines. We got Brembo discs and pads ready to go. The brake lines are for a Ford Mondeo mk3. The Focus ones will not fit, so you need to get a Mondeo mk3 brake hoses. So like with any brand new discs, you want to get some brake fluid and give them a wash down to get the oil off. They put a slim little smidge of that around to stop it rusting while it's in storage. So compared to the other disc, there's the difference. So I've already done the back. Make sure you put the disc on first, and now we're going to bolt the calipers on from the back. Make sure your pads are all fitted. Put a slight bit of copper grease just on the tops, just so they slide nice and easy. Make sure your pads are pushed either side, and make sure your pistons pushed firmly home. Right, let's get it fitted. To make it easier to fit, just make sure you fit one of your nuts on there. That pushes the disc nice and flat, and you can line them up from behind and tighten them up. Alright, it's all fitted.
Bolts.
So there's your two nuts. Make sure it spins alright, which it does. And now on to the next bit. So before you do all this, it's probably best to check you can actually undo that. I've had it before where I've tried to undo it and it started twisting, and I've tried heating it up and ended up splitting it and had to replace the whole line from the servo to here. So luckily on this is nice and free, which doesn't happen often, so we can take it off. But what we're going to do, once we've taken this off, we're going to connect up the other line pretty sharpish so we don't start losing too much fluid into the bowl, and then we're going to drill this bracket off, because this is all one. and then we can get rid of the old caliper. Right, so once you've drilled the bracket off, as you can see, the bracket is all part of this, which is no good. Set in there. So drill the bracket out and then connect up your new line. Don't over tighten them because they will strip. Just tweak them up, give it a few minutes, make sure there's no leaking or anything on there, and make sure your line kind of looks like that, because what we're going to do is use this bung here and we're going to fix that up onto here, because there's no little bracket on the strut for the line at all. So rather than having it all dangling around there, we're just going to fix it here with a cable tie. It's not exactly pretty, I admit, but unless you start fabricating a bracket and welding it on or whatever, that's pretty much all you can do. As long as you've got enough slack here, so when the wheel turns left and right, it doesn't pull on all this, it's fine. Because obviously from here to there is not going to extend anything, that's solid. So just make sure there's some nice slack along there. So I've gone for right for the middle, right around the strut, and then get hold of your tool, cable tie tool. Done. So once it's all in, connect up a bit of pipe and a 6mm. 9mm, sorry, and bleed the brakes. Make sure someone's in the car, press the brake down, bleed it off, tighten it up, foot off, you know how it works. Once you've done that, that is it. It's all done. Another thing is get someone in the vehicle to turn the steering left and right, and just make sure this isn't all wobbling around or pulling tight. But like I said, loads of slack on the top here. There's loads of room for it to move left and right. So try and use as much as you can from this bottom part. And that's about it. That is all there is to it to fit in ST170 or even the Mark III Mondeo calipers. I don't know why I prefer these, but they look good. Paint them up if you want, get them all done, and you've got some great stopping then. Obviously, being brand new calipers, you want to keep an eye on your brake fluid when you're bleeding them, and probably top it up. Probably only need a small little bit just to top it up, and that's it.